Hey everybody, welcome back to the Final Fantasy VI walkthrough with the dual commentary. I'm joined once again by...
Stigma and White Lives Matter.
They do. Alright, so we're just going to pick it up right where we left off. This treasure chest in here you're going to want to avoid. That's got the, I think it's got like a Lobo or something in it. And I don't remember if you can run from that fight or not, so I would just not. If you want, you can go ahead and take or actually I should say talk to all these guys in here. They just tell you a little bit about battle effects and...
It's all skippable.
Yeah, like it's tutorial stuff. So, if you've played the game before, and I assume you have if you're watching this playthrough, because this is not beginner stuff to be doing anyway. So, again, go ahead and skip this stuff if you want. Otherwise, take a look. Here I just wanted to see this dialogue. They basically just chase you out. Who might you be?
Locke is such a baller.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I was reading a little... I don't know if you'd call it like a blog some guy had written. More like a write-up of this game. And he was talking about how the first time he ever played, he made Locke like a tank, right away, because he was the first male character recruitable, and I guess he just really liked the character, and he's great. Myself, on the other hand, I don't know, I like him, but I didn't like him that much. I think in later playthroughs, I liked him a bit more once I learned what he could do.
Yeah. Who was your usual party members? Like, who did you always roll with?
Mog, always, because of the Moogle charm. You just get to a certain point in the game, especially, obviously in the World of Ruin, because that's the only place you can get it. But I feel like that relic itself is so powerful in just being able to whiz through stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, generally, I like to level in certain areas and skip all of the other stuff in between.
Skip the garbage, yeah.
Yeah, so that was how I rolled. I think Cyan ended up in my party a lot. I don't know. I liked his sword skills, and kind of like his backstory was pretty good too. I'd say Edgar. Edgar was up there too. I think he made it into a lot of my parties, just because of the tools. I felt like the very beginning of the game, it's super powerful, and I think that tools command stays powerful throughout the entire game. I think it does get a little outclassed a little later by magic and stuff, but it's just got so many cool effects that go along with it. Noise Blaster.
Noise Blaster was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then there's Flash, Auto Crossbow. So it's just got there's a lot to it. A lot of different cool stuff that you can do with it. And then for my last party member, I'm kind of drawing a blank. I think I liked Shadow's sprite, but I didn't particularly like the idea behind the throw command.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like, because like I said, I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, it's pretty wasteful.
Yeah, so I didn't really like chucking stuff around all the time. So I don't think he made it, as much as I liked his sprite. Gosh, who else though? I didn't really play with Terra much. Locke was hit and miss, I don't think I even really used Sabin that much until, again, later playthroughs when I really, realized his power. Gosh, yeah, so I guess I don't know. I don't know who that last one was.
You almost have to have, just kind of a jumping spot. A guy that you can just toss in there whenever.
Yeah, like a go-to.
But I think mine was Locke, definitely. And then Shadow all the way. He was kind of lame, but at the same time, he just looked so cool.
The sprite. I mean, come on. This dude's a ninja.
Yeah, and I had Celeste in there a lot, just because I really liked... her runic ability was worthless. Yeah, I think so.
In a lot of battles, yes, and when you're not doing this type of playthrough, yes. There are a couple, in this where it's huge. borderline not doable without it.
I just really liked her whole backstory and
Yeah,
everything.
I was reading actually a little bit on her last night. He apparently, oh my gosh, now I'm not going to remember. It was one of the developers. Ended up Celeste was his favorite. Ended up being one of his favorite characters, and the way they were going to write her was like a conflicted spy. That was what they were going to go for.
Cool.
But yeah, and then they changed it to this other story, which I like obviously this a lot better, the story they decided to go with. But yeah, so I do want to touch a little bit. So we just grabbed Edgar, and I like his kind of mantra of kind of like ladies' man
whore.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's a really good character, and he is a good guy, and he's doing what's right for his people. So
he's kind of like a Kennedy.
Yeah, kinda. Everyone seems to love him. So I think Locke and Edgar are not with us right here. Yeah. So this is speaking with, I believe this is the matron. Yeah, here we go. So you get this little scene here, and this is where you get to see Sabin for the first time. I call him Sabin. I don't know what you...
Yeah, I think I called him that too, or Sabin,
yeah,
whatever.
Something like that. And he's your... Okay, so Edgar seems to be the more... I wouldn't just necessarily seem more intelligent, but he's like a machinist. So obviously with the tools, the king, ladies' man, whereas the younger brother is definitely more brute force, it seems to me.
Yeah, he's more of a muscle-headed, lovable retard, I think.
I mean, you can't not like the guy, right?
He's kind of like Sloth.
Yeah, just kind of. But yeah, he's. I love his blitzes especially at the very beginning of the game. I do have to say though, before I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but he, being that this is the low level walkthrough, you'll only be level 6 for a really long time. And I didn't know this, but at the beginning of the game, you only have the first 2 blitzes.
Oh, I suppose.
So you only get Aurabolt and Pummel. You don't get Suplex. So there won't be suplexing the train.
Not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. I tried it, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. I'm like, incorrect blitz. I'm like, I've done this a million times.
Yeah.
That was why. He
doesn't
have it yet.
You got robbed.
I did. So I kind of thought about just kind of sneaking in some footage of it, just for
you should just
old
put it
time's
randomly
sake.
in all of your videos.
Just a quick clip at the beginning or end or something. But here you have the introduction of... I shouldn't say the first time. This technically isn't the first time we've seen Kefka, but here you obviously... So he's...
That damn laugh.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So here he's kind of like the Emperor's lackey. He's not really happy with his job. He doesn't want to be out here trudging through the sand.
Wasn't he the Emperor's first experiment?
Yes, he was. And so that comes into play a little bit later, but that kind of helps explain why his psyche is the way it is. And they actually, I was reading too, they were thinking about doing that with Celeste too, because she got her magical powers the same way.
Making her a little batshit?
Yeah, making her a little bit crazy, and so
cool.
I think they still do kind of go there a little bit with the whole World of Ruin. There's like a suicide scene, which
yep. She's getting ready to just jump off.
I didn't remember that, and actually I don't remember, and maybe I'll have to try it. But what I've been doing for my last couple of playthroughs is saving the Cid, and that changes things a little bit. So that's why I think I kind of had forgot about that. But yeah, anyways, long story short, she is a little unstable as well. Nowhere near Kefka standards, but
she's maybe she's just bipolar.
Maybe a little bit.
Some low-level depression.
Yeah, yeah.
And a nympho, obviously.
Obviously, she'd have to be.
Loves the cock.
Just
can't get enough of it.
Can't get enough of Locke. Alright, so we are going to follow Locke here, and I think this is the first time I've ever did this. Check this out. I beat Locke down the stairs. I've always tried to do that. I don't know why. Random, but...
I don't think I've ever tried to beat him,
Yeah, I actually beat him that time. And without sprint shoes, mind you. Granted,
the stupid little stuff.
I know, right? It's treasure hunter. Okay, calm down, psycho. Jeez. Take it easy. Alright, so... Here Locke is explaining that Edgar is working with the returners. And Locke is the kind of like the go-to guy. In between.
Yeah, he's like the middleman.
Yeah. Kind of runs messages back and forth. So he's that guy. Oh, and I forgot about the whole Tara meeting Edgar thing. She's like, why are you interested in helping me or whatever? And she's like, is it because of my abilities? And what does he say? The first thing is she's beautiful, or he finds her attractive. The second one is he's dying to know if he's her type. And then he's like, your abilities could be a distant third. So, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's pretty focused on the vag.
Yeah, he's
early in the game anyway.
He's a one-track mind. Alright. So, obviously, I don't know how you set fire to stone, or what appears to be stone, but...
I always wondered that, too, in this.
In this world, you can. And I don't know, those doors look like they're metal. But I see that one door is on fire, so again, kind of weird, but alright, whatever. Did I click the guys on the side there? They say something like, fire, fire.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead action.
Yeah, totally. I don't know if that's what they were going for or not, but...
I think they were. Yeah.
Alright, I love this line. Shameful that a king should flee, leaving his people behind. So shameful. Yahoo! Just like the site. Okay, with a couple extra O's. Whatever. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, really, if you have a castle that can move around in the desert, like, why didn't he just take it around and, like, roll over and, take over all the other towns or something? Like, he could have had an empire of his own.
I guess the logistics of it are a little bit of a mystery to me.
I mean, I suppose mountains might be an issue, but Narsh could have been his bitch for sure.
There's gotta... They had... What would they have had to do? Dig a tunnel, I assume, right? You have to dig a tunnel, and then have some sort of... almost like a mine cart type tracks laid underneath.
It's almost like the physics isn't possible. I don't know.
Oh, games.
Kind of a slight hole in the plot. I don't know.
Just take it at face value. Okay, so I can't run away. I think somebody gets lasered and killed. Well, he's gonna live. Oh, just barely. Yeah, these things don't mess around. These things really hurt. So this one was pretty messy. I'd say that Edgar is an absolute must. You have to keep him alive because he's going to be doing the bulk of the damage here. But, alright, so there's the freak out. So if you want to, you can get this little scene here if you cast a spell with Tara. I don't think you necessarily have to. I think if you, use items or something, or just use the attack command, you can skip this. But it's kind of cool. I don't know.
I liked watching all the cutscenes in the game. Yeah. Especially, Shadow's dream sequences and stuff.
I don't know that I've seen all of those. Maybe I'll have to do that for this one. Actually, I'm nearly 100% sure. Because I think they're, random when you sleep at certain areas, and I don't think I ever tracked them all down and tried.
Yeah, I know some of them had pretty rare odds. Like 1 in 64 stays at an inn or something like that.
Yep, probably.
If I remember right.
Okay.
I never realized it before that they're both kind of digging on her.
Yeah, totally.
Guess I've never really paid attention.
Oh, and the Locke eats it. Metal kick, that's not so bad. Did I not move the characters? That's what I should have done. The very, very first turn is I should have moved everybody into the back row. So, like, whenever that's one thing that you have to remember with this style is, for every normal battle, you have everybody in the back row, but whenever there's a back attack, your row is messed up. So if you want to take the reduction in damage, you actually have to move your characters back into the back row. Because yes, like I said, I don't know, it's kind of goofy. I don't know if that was a bug, or if that was intended. I'm not real sure. Pincher attacks, on the other hand, there's nothing that you can do about that. There's no.
Pretty much screwed.
Yeah, you're just kind of screwed. Well, it's dependent on where the enemy is attacking you from, if I remember right. But still, it's pincher attacks are really brutal in this style of the low level walkthrough.
I never really thought about them when I was playing through the game.
Yeah, when you're leveled, none of that stuff really matters. It's just when you're
going through this whole garbage, you're gonna get
it's like, so the problem with the pincher attack is because, like, you're trying to run away from everything, so what you have to do is you have to eliminate one side or the other, all the while you're taking double damage, so it can be a bit rough. But so here that kind of strikes a vein with Terra. No human is born with your powers. So, which, I obviously Edgar didn't mean it to be hurtful, but that's a legitimate point he's making. So we're gonna consult with Bannon here, and we're gonna bring this video to a close. So like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But hope these guys are helpful, and you guys are enjoying them, and hope you keep watching.
See you next time.